Hello everyone, this is Jen at Ink Paper Rubber. How are you doing on this fine Friday afternoon? Afternoon kind of snuck up on me here. We have been busy this morning, but I have some really great things to show you today, and a lot of what I am going to show you has to do with the new Slimline card craze. I don't know if you have gotten into that yet, but I think it's really great. I think that it's nice to have different sizes and shapes to work on, and it just kind of, I think, stretches our creative muscle and is fun to not be working on the same size card all the time. So I'm really excited about that. We have a restock of some of the products that we've had before, as well as some brand new products. We also have some great new products from Sunny Studios coming. I mentioned in my event description, but those have not made it. They probably won't be here until tomorrow, so there'll be even more goodies to look forward to. While we're letting everyone jump on here, just kind of remind you, you are free to shop from our video. If you see something that you want, just go ahead and comment sold and the item name that you would like. If you need us to ship, let us know that. We are happy to go to ship if it works out better for you. And otherwise, we would just ask if you do purchase anything through the video today that you either come by the store sometime this weekend to pay and pick up your products, or if you can't make it in, just go ahead and give us a call. You can pay over the phone with a credit card, and then we'll be happy to hold on to it until you can make it in. In general, if you comment that you want something, and if I have enough to fulfill your request, you will not hear anything from me. I don't have time to get back to everybody that wants something, but I will, if you comment on something and it has already sold out, I will comment back on your comment and let you know that it is sold out. So in general, if you don't hear from me, you can assume that you got the items that you wanted, and so we would appreciate if you would go ahead and either come by or give us a call by the end of the weekend. Likewise, if you have anything that you have from previously, if you could go ahead, we're kind of getting a little bit of things stacked up here. If you could go ahead and call or come by. So let's get started. We do have some non-Slimline related things, and we'll jump into those really quickly. First of all, we got in the last sheet of paper from the new Authentique Christmas Magical Collection. We have all the other sheets, and here you can see this one is great. It has the little kids with the Christmas tree and has these fun polka dots on the back side. We have some more Christmas papers. This is a paper pad from Crate Paper called Hey Santa. This is a 6x8 pad, so a little bit different sized, and it is really great. It's kind of a fun retro, both colors and feels, and you can kind of tell here, I think, it does actually have some foil papers in there. That actually has got some foil on it, so that is really fun. That is the Hey Santa 6x8 paper pad, and it is $9. We also got in the Authentique Masquerade line, which we do have all the 12x12s, but they actually have a little 6x6 pad of all of these papers. It is $7.50, and it does even have little miniature versions of both of the cut apart sheets. So that is really fun if you're working on a smaller size. That is the Masquerade 6x6 paper pad for $7.50. Next up, we got in some, this is an older of Dina's products. I did see that she has a new release coming out, but this is some of her chipboard shapes, and these are her botanicals. These are really nice. You get these 5 different shapes in here, and just point out, these work really well with Dina's gloss sprays. So, and we do have her new colors in, so these work really well with those as with other mediums that you might have. All right, we have some new products in from Creative Expressions, and first I'm going to show you some dies, and these are word dies, and they are pretty small, so they are a nice size to use on your cards. And this one is All is Calm. You can see it says All is Calm, All is Bright. It is all attached together. It is $6.50. Next up is We Wish You a Merry Christmas. It is likewise $6.50. And word dies are always really great to have. I like these that they're actually a whole sentiment, but they're not too big, so great to use on your cards. That's We Wish You a Merry Christmas for $6.50. And we also have this one that says Merriest Christmas Wishes, and this one is only $6. So those are some really fun holiday word dies. We also have in one of the newest edger dies from Creative Expressions, and this one is the Three Little Snowmen, and those guys are really, really sweet. And you can see here again, this is an edger die, so it doesn't cut them all the way out, but you can use it as an edger, and I'll show you a sample. This would be great to cut on the bottom and have it sticking up on your card. So I'll show you a sample. It'll make a little bit more sense. Before we get into some of the Slimlines, although this one actually, the size of this one is perfect, I think, for the new Tailored Expressions Mini Slimline, which I'm going to show you in a minute. So keep that in mind, although you could totally use it on an A2 card as well. We also got in a couple of the new dies from Tim Holtz. This is the Spider Web, which we have had, but we had sold out, so we have it restocked. This is the Spider Web die. It is $13. You get two dies. You get the Spider Web, and you get this little spider. And I just want to point out one thing that's really nice about this Spider Web die is the way it's designed. You can cut it apart and use pieces of it, so you can cut it in half, either direction. You don't have any odd pieces hanging off of here. You can cut it in quarters. You can even cut it in eighths, so you can use it coming in off the side of your project or in a corner, and that's something that is really nice about that. We also got in a new colorized die. We haven't gotten this one before. We've been waiting for this one to come. This one is called Festive Trims, and it is part of the colorized line, but this one is quite a bit less expensive. This one, I think, I'm going to have to double check, but I think that might be right, for $13 on this one. And this is actually the pine cone that came from one of his dies last year, but it was much smaller, but that die was very popular. It had the garlands, and so he sized it up a little bit on this die. So that is the Festive Trims colorized die. Now I want to get into some new stamps from Creative Expressions, and these stamps I think are really versatile. When I ordered it, I wasn't really thinking about it, but these are perfect. These are long, skinny ones, so these are going to be perfect on your Slimline cards. This particular one is called Above the Rooftop, and you can see it's the houses, and then you've got Santa and his reindeer, and I don't know if you can tell, it looks like he's leaving a trail of packages and candy canes and snowflakes behind him. And as I mentioned, the size of this is great to use on a Slimline card, but on all of these, keep in mind, you can stamp just a portion of this. So you could stamp just this portion here if you wanted to, or even if you wanted it without Santa, you wouldn't even have to ink up that top part, and you could just have the houses here. Notice down here, looks like a cute little elf making a snowball, and here we have a cute little elf ice skating. I hadn't even noticed those. We have some more elves coming up out of the chimneys. So this is Above the Rooftop, and this stamp is $12.50. The next one we have is A Wish at Christmas, and it is also $12.50. And you can see here it's the dandelion with all the dandelion fluff blowing, but it's also combined in here with these snowflakes to really give it a Christmas feel. And then down here we have all the snowflakes at the bottom. So this is A Wish at Christmas, and it is $12.50. Next up is a really great one. It is called Moonlit Gathering, again $12.50. And you can see this is an outdoor scene. We have the trees, the pine trees, we have some deer, looks like a little squirrel climbing up the tree, some birds in the tree. We have the moon, we have some more birds, we have little rabbits and more deer over here. And once again, you can use this entire stamp if you want to, but you can also just use portions of it as well, and I'll show you a sample at the end that does that. So that is Moonlit Gathering for $12.50. The next one is called Follow the Star. Again, it is $12.50, and this is a nativity scene. You can see here you have the manger. There is the star up above, and here we have Bethlehem, and we have the wise men coming as well with the starry sky and the moon up there. This is one that would be really, really nice to use just pieces of it if you wanted to. This one is Follow the Star, and it is $12.50. And finally, for these stamps, the last one we have is called Bauble Pendant, and it is $12.50. And this is all of these really great Christmas ornaments hanging down with ribbons and beaded chain and snowflakes. This one is really nice. This one is Bauble Pendant, and it is $12.50. All right, the next thing I'm going to get into are actually some things that we have had in before, but we have been out of some of them for a while. These are from Lawn Fawn, and some of these are not particularly slimline, and some are. The first one I want to show you is this great Build a Castle die. This one is really wonderful to build a castle for your little knights or your princess or your princes, but I will show you a sample. Someone actually made a really great sandcastle out of this. So this is the Build a Castle die. It is $20. We also got back in the Village Hero stamp set. This one came out, I think, back in May, and it has the different buildings. It's got the police station, the fire station. We see there that could be a school or a church. We have the different vehicles. There you've got the school bus. This is a stamp set with a matching die set, and it is $35 for the set. We also got back in the Car Critter set, and this again is a stamp set with a matching die set. It is $18 for both of them. And this one is super sweet, and can I just say, if you've been thinking about this and haven't gotten it, you might want to think about it. Lawn Fawn has their new release coming out. I think it's September 10th, sometime around there. And can I just say, you maybe are going to want this. So you have been warned. This is the Car Critter set, and it is $18. Next up, we have some really great slimline dies from Lawn Fawn. The first one is the large slimline sliders, and these are designed to fit in the large slimlines, which actually go in a number 2 business envelope. And this particular one cuts out the large stitched rectangle. It also cuts out a smaller stitched rectangle, and then it also has long slider dies, so you can make a slimline slider card. This is the large slimline with sliders. It is $30. Next, we have the small slimline with lift tabs, and this one has a stitched rectangle, and it's really great because the size is in between the 2 sizes on the large slimline, so you're not duplicating there. And then it also comes with this die that does these great lift flaps on the front of your slimline card, so you can hide all kinds of things inside of them. And then you also get kind of these bonus dies here. You get the flower and the star and the heart that you can use with this or with other projects. That is the small slimline with sliders. It is $28. And lastly, we have the slimline stitched hills, and this is just a set of various curved hillsides that have the stitching on them, and these are nice and long so that they fit perfectly on your slimline cards, and that is $25. All right, so we are into the home stretch now. The last thing we have is the newest release from Tailored Expressions, and they have jumped on the slimline bandwagon, but they have gone a little bit different, which I think is fun. They have gone with what they call a mini slimline card. And here you can see are the envelopes for that. So if you compare it here to the large slimline, you can see that it is definitely a little bit shorter. So we have yet another size to work with. And we do have these envelopes that fit these mini slimline cards. And this is just a quick example then of the size of these cards. And there's all different configurations and things that you do. And I will show you some samples to see more of that. We do have some paper packs put together for you. This one is the trifold mini slimline. And this is paper. It is already cut to size, and it has been scored to make a trifold card like this one. This pack does not have any windows cut in it. It just makes the trifold cards. There are 10 sheets in a pack. There are, I believe, there are 4 white, there are 4 craft, and there are 4 cream sheets in each of those packs. That is the trifold mini Slimline pack, and it is $5. We also have the sets that are the window mini Slimlines, and it has 4 of these that are the trifolds that have the stitched windows cut in them. So you can see here that the 2 flaps have windows that are different sizes you can see through, and it has 2 white trifolds, and it has 1 each of a craft and a cream trifold, and those all have the windows cut in them, so you get a total of 4 windows. And then it also has 6 sheets that are just single fold mini Slimline cards, 2 each of white, cream, and craft. So those paper sets are $8 each. So let me show you what you can use with these. First of all, they have some new stencils that are sized to fit perfectly on their mini Slimline cards, although keep in mind you can use these on other things as well. The first one is the Mini Slim Windows Masking Stencil, and you get 2 stencils in here. You get one that has the trio of squares and one that has the trio of circles, and you also get the associated masks that go with those. So this is the Mini Slim Windows Masking Stencil, and it is $14. This is the Mini Slim Stencil. It is just a single stencil. It is the zigzag. Again, you can see the size there. So that is size just a little bit bigger than the mini Slimline card. The folded size of these mini Slimlines are 3.5 by 6 inches. So you can see this is just a little bit bigger than that. This is the zigzag mini Slimline, and it is $7. And we also have the On the Dot mini Slimline, also $7, with all these fun polka dots. Then we have some new stacklets. This one is the stitched. Hey there, Jan. How are you doing? Good to see you on here. This is the stitched mini Slimline stacklet set. It is $29. It cuts out the rectangles that have the stitching, and you can see there that you get the 5 different sizes. And again, these are sized to fit on these mini Slimline cards, and this stacklet set is $29. And then there also is the Petite Scalloped Mini Slimline, also for $29. And this one has the little scallops. Oh my goodness, getting out today. That's great. This one has the scallops. Again, it's sized to fit on the Mini Slimline card. And the last new Mini Slimline product is this one. It's what we use to create the windows in here. It's the Square Trifold Template Plus Dies. You get the 2 different sizes of square dies that do the outside stitching. You also get 2 templates that lets you perfectly place your dies on your trifold. You can use it to position your dies. You can also use it to do some stenciling on there if you wish as well. This is the Square Trifold Template Plus Dies, and it is $26. And I'm just going to tell you, when I was on their website here looking up samples, that all 3 of these are currently sold out on their website. So if it's something you think you want, I urge you not to wait. So let me go ahead and let me show you some samples here. The first thing that I'm going to show you is a sample of the Village Hero set. This is done on a Slimline card, so you can see here you have lots of real estate to be able to do things on here. The next one is a sample with the large Slimline with sliders, and you can see here that this lets you create a Slimline slider card. And finally, I want to show you the small Slimline with the lift tabs. So you can see here what those lift tabs do, and then you can open them up and have something on the inside of it. So super cute. But you do not have to use the lift tabs. Those are a separate die, so you can just use the rectangle if you want. And finally here from Lawn Fawn, this is the Car Critter set, also on a Slimline card. That looks like it's used the large Slimline set to cut those rectangles, and that is so cute, all the little critters driving in their cars. All right, now we're going to take a look at some tailored expressions. And this one here is an example of what you can do with the mini Slimline Windows masking stencil. If you recall, that's the one that has the squares and the circles, so you can mask that off and you can do something fun on the inside here. They've actually layered the little polka dot stencil with that one. Remember, you can layer your stencils together to do something really fun, so that's how they achieve those polka dot circles. And here is another sample with, sorry, we gotta wait for it to think about its thing. This is showing you the mini polka dot stencil, and they have used that on one of the trifold cards, so that one is super cute. Here is an example of the zigzag stencil. And once again, they have also used this with that window masking stencil. They've actually used three things here. They've used the zigzag stencil in the background. They have used the circle masks. Sorry about that. Their website tends to jump around on me a whole lot. They have used the circle to mask those off when they're doing the background stencil, and then they've done polka dots in the circle. So they've actually used three different stencils on this one to create this fun background. Here is a sample. This is with another sample with the trifold template and dies. So you can see here that they have created that fun opening. The one square, the larger square, is on the outside, and that creates a window to the smaller square and then on to the inside of the card. And this one is a sample of the petite scalloped. So you can see here they have a mini Slimline card and use that to create that scalloped background. And once again, they have used the square masking stencil along with the zigzag stencil on the inside of that. Oops. I am definitely being a little bit technology challenged today. Sorry about that. And this one is a sample with the stitched Slimline stacklets, and you can see here they've actually combined the Slimline stacklet, one of those sizes, since you get multiple sizes, along with the petite scallops. So those are fun to use together. All right, we're going to jump now into some creative expressions. So here is that little snowman edger die. You can see how cute that is. Do a fun background or some pattern paper and put your little snowman on that. Here is the bobble pendant stamp. Again, these are all great for the Slimline cards. Here you can see Follow the Star, the nativity scene. This one is Above the Rooftop. And here we have Moonlit Gathering. And I especially wanted to show you this card where they have used just a portion of that. They have made a window in their card and have just a portion of that showing through the window. And here is the A Wish at Christmas Time, just some white embossing on a pretty background. And then we kind of got a little bit out of order there. This is the Build a Castle die. You can see they've made this fun sand castle. And I think this is the last one. This is the Tim Holtz. This one is the, I think it's called Festive Trims, his new colorized die. You can see how pretty that one is. All right, so that is all that I have to share with you for today. As I mentioned, if you see something you want, just go ahead and comment, and I will be sure and pull those for you. Hopefully, if you're out and about, you will be able to stop by and see us this weekend. Hopefully, we will get our Sunny Studios order tomorrow. I'm not sure when I'll have a chance to video it, but if you are in this weekend, definitely ask if we have it in, and you can take a look and shop from it if you want. All right, that is all that I have for you right now. Hope you all have a great day, and we look forward to seeing you soon. Goodbye.